Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It is so nice to see each and every one of you today. We are all welcome to the program known as African Pace Setters. This is a program anchored by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria to show the works of Africans that are excelling all over the world. You know, if we don't tell our stories as Africans, nobody will ever do that for us. We have to celebrate the Africanness in us and the huge natural resources that abounds within the continent. I am Frederick Omoimadurige, standing in for your regular host, Edith Idemudia. Today, we are going to take you briefly to Ghana. We are going to present three Ghanaian innovators. This time around, we're going to talk about young entrepreneurs who have tried their best to say no to stagnation and to poverty. Thereafter, we shall conclude this program by telling you what you can do with 100,000 naira, which is something like about $200. What business you can do, because sometimes some people have the money, but they have no ideas. Sometimes some people have the ideas and they don't have the money. In some cases, the people have the ideas, but don't know how to go about it. And that is why we do this kind of program, so that people can begin to believe in themselves. Because those big names you hear about today that have become billionaires all over the world, many of them started from the scratch. As we progress in this program, it will be helpful if you can join us to share this video.
Please share this video. Share this video. Wakoyo. A plantain now. Don't 155 seed of plantains now 15. Share this video.
Thank you very much. Now, right away, we are going to show you three young persons from Ghana that have done their best, not only to change their situation, but to make impact in the community. What is life if you are born and you pass away without leaving any legacy? Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Nelson Boateng. Nelson Boateng is a young man in Ghana that has continued to make waves. So what does he do? He goes around collecting plastics, melts them, mixes them with sand, and he makes very solid bricks. For those of you who do not know where Ghana is located in West Africa, and it's now an hub for invention and for investment. Now, this young man started to collect plastics and sand, mixed them together, and he formed his company called Recycle Up. Recycle Up. So his factory is located in the outskirts of Ghana, from where the plastic from across the city is shredded, melted, mixed, and molded into bricks. And some of these bricks are so solid that they could be used for roads, for pavements, and for buildings. He did not only stop there. He also manufactures, apart from plastic bags, he manufactures like anything plastic. Anything plastic. According to him, those plastics we see on the street, they pollute the environment. Sometimes you see many plastics on top of rivers just flowing, forming debris around. So it brings them together. And this is also a way of protecting the environment. So this is what he has been doing as a young man. And he makes a lot of money producing different stuff from plastic. So this is just an example of what young men could do to preserve the beauty of the environment. Let us see Nelson Boateng.
Co-founder of Recycle Up, Al Hassan Baba Muniru, wants to clean up the natural environment in Ghana. But he also wants to educate, empower and support young people to pursue conservation and to make money while doing it. At the December Innovation Africa Summit in Accra, he plans to advocate for more support for young inventors, especially those looking to do green business.
Even while we are in school, we are already kind of entrepreneurial. So for me, I can't be able to do a formal job, but the freedom of being able to bring my own ideas into action and to really take charge of doing something practical and something also which makes society better, it's much more fulfilling.
Part of Recycle Up's work includes collecting plastic from schools to sell to people like Nelson Boateng, whose company mixes it with sand to create bricks. Boateng, who also manufactures plastic bags, says the bricks are his way of helping to clean up the environment and to provide jobs. But while Ghana is seeing a spurt in innovation, he says the country needs a lot more infrastructure to support environmentally friendly business.
For innovations in Ghana, it's very, very difficult. If you don't really have the heart, you lose hope. Because, honestly speaking, when I was doing my poly bag, that is polluting the environment, I was having a lot of money. I have money. There wasn't any problem. But when I started this, when you go to the bank, they don't know this. They want something that the money will be flowing, not something new people don't know. And not something that you are trying to save the environment. Nobody will mind you on that.
Supporting local technology startups is expected to be discussed at another December conference in Accra, the second annual Ghana Tech Summit. Ghanaian inventor Andrew Kwao is working to ease the burden on hospitals with technology that can diagnose chronic and tropical diseases in pharmacies. He says African healthcare industries like Ghana's are ripe for innovative solutions.
I think it's going in the right direction, and you're getting, I think the climate is good. You've got a good mix of local talent, local experience, even experts coming in, seeing Ghana as a good point to start. So that also work, and you've got we've got a brain game, like the experience, like people like myself, school to US, like coming back.
Thank you very much. Now, talking about young innovators, you don't need huge amount of money to start. You can conquer poverty with your ideas. May I introduce to you the second special guest on this program, who is not here physically, but she's one of those persons making waves in Ghana. She's a graduate. Sometimes some people, after graduating from the uni, they just feel that, they cannot do things that for people that didn't go to school and all of that. Production is part of education. So no matter what you study, you can become anything. When the ideas come, you must begin to put them into action. May I introduce to you the second innovator in this program today, Freda Ampofo. She holds a bachelor's degree in international affairs and economics and a master's in public affairs. Now, she is a global public policy professional with a regional focus on Africa, but she decided to go into production. And today, she's the owner of the name called Kaime. Kaime is an amazing, amazing body care line which she designed. And how did she get this? Freda uses the original benefits of the shea and black soap for the skin and hair and doubles it as perfume with a blend of quality cold pressed oil. So our formulation and scents are pure innovation. The texture, when you talk about the consistency, the unique scent, gives a luxury feel to a basic raw material. And our cream is light, easily absorbed, and doesn't leave a greasy residue. The silky texture of the black soap itself really feels luxurious. So sometimes you don't just depend on what you import from other countries. From the materials, the natural resources in your country, you can do a lot. You can do a lot. For example, you know that Africa produces cocoa and even exports cocoa. But the irony of it is that some people that work in cocoa farms in Africa have never tasted chocolate. They've never tasted chocolate. So it is high time the governments in Africa began to harness the natural resources of their countries. The finishing should be done in the countries. It does not make sense when you produce, the Africa produces the raw materials that powers the economies of so-called developed countries. 65% of raw materials in production in the European Union, they come from Africa. The mobile phone we are using, where is the battery coming from? Africa. So we must begin to look inwards for the finishing, because it does not make too much sense. It does not make economic sense that Africa is producing the soul of the economies of many countries, but the continent has become poorer and more indebted. African presidents must begin to harness their natural resources, and the finishing of the products must be done within the continent. It is laughable when countries like Nigeria, for example, that is sitting on gold in states like Zamfara State. Zamfara State in Nigeria produces gold, but it's the poorest state in Nigeria. So much conflicts from illegal gold miners, many of whom are foreigners. Now, they take this raw gold from Zamfara State in Nigeria, export it or smuggle it somehow to the United Arab Emirates. It is now refined in the United Arab Emirates. Nigerian businessmen travel to Dubai. They buy the finished gold, bring it back home, and start to sell. Why can you not do the finishing in Nigeria? It is the same thing happening in the oil sector. Nigeria is home to crude oil, yet it buys refined oil from other countries. Why? Because the government has left our oil refineries redundant. 4 oil refineries are redundant in Nigeria. Now the federal government of Nigeria has borrowed money to construct railway from Nigeria to Niger Republic so that they could improve the transportation system that will allow them to import oil from Niger Republic. It's an irony. Development cannot come that way. So African leaders, it is a challenge that they must begin to harness their natural resources from the raw state to the finishing stage. Let the developed countries come and buy your finished products. Because it makes no sense that you harness the products, the raw materials, they are exported, and they are now refined. In the process of refining them, there is huge employment of labor, which ought to have happened in the African continent. So these are very important issues, because you cannot, for example, now we talk about racism. We'll be talking about racism in this world. Now, you cannot fight racism with poverty. You cannot. The poorer you are, the more people will discriminate against you. Not just because of your skin color. Because of your poverty, they see your skin color and they think that your poverty is beneath your skin color. So it is a challenge for African leaders to begin to harness the natural resources that abound in Africa. Africa has no reason to be poor. Africa has no reason to beg for aids. Africa has no reason to borrow. Because the more you borrow in the midst of plenty, the more you mortgage the future of unborn children. And that is why we are doing this program today, to tell Africans that the young generation, they are doing the right thing. A lot of innovations are going on. Some are putting their ideas into practice. But we are telling you that you can generate wealth without waiting for the government. You can generate wealth without waiting for the government. And now that will bring us to the third person we are going to discuss right here in this program. Now, she is somebody that decided to use local materials for drinks and for food, especially drinks. Now, how she almost stopped this business, traveled abroad, and returned home to continue the business is something Nigerian youths, Ghanaian youths, youths from Egypt, every country in Africa, what she did is something you must learn from. May we introduce our next personality in this program, and she is Yaganoma Betwoku of Ghana. Now, she is the founder of Wanjo Africa, and it is a food processing and packaging company using indigenous wild crops for creating products for the urban palate, while empowering rural women to a better socio-economic livelihood. She has become a point of employment. She is the owner of Wanjo Foods. So by now, she's now processing indigenous crops into food products. Now she's producing juices, syrups, jams, and she preserves sauces out of indigenous spices, herbs, and veggies. So the key word here is indigenous. And it will interest you also that Waganoma holds a Bachelor's of Fine Arts from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Ghana. And she went again to St. Andrews University in Scotland. And when she was outside the country, like the business folded up. But when she returned back, she continued from where she stops. You know, in Ghana, finding your way around can be a challenge, since property often does not have a house number or a name or a street signs or something like that. Not all the houses are numbered, but you can always find your way around. In Ghana, you can always find your way around. You can find your way around from the ideas you are bringing on board. You can find your ways around from what you have decided to do in terms of using indigenous materials, especially the natural resources, to actualize your dreams. May we introduce
Yaganuma Batokun from Ghana, and I'm the owner of Wanjo. Welcome.
Foods mainly sells to restaurants, but Batu Oku also hopes to attract individual customers.
This is the hibiscus syrup. This is my highest selling product because I have a bar that uses it for quite a lot of their cocktails. We currently have the hibiscus juice, the hibiscus syrup, and then hibiscus wine and hibiscus vinegar. And then we take the fruit tamarind and we process it into barbecue marinades, process it into juices, syrups as well. So those are some of the things that we do. Tamarind juice that really made me feel great was a lady tasted and she went, beautiful. And I was like, really? Beautiful for a drink? But it felt so good that somebody actually thought a drink could be beautiful.
Batu Oku started her company in 2006, but it collapsed when she left for Scotland to pursue her master's degree. She decided to revive it in 2013 after coming home.
I'm not from a business background.
So this is an example of what we could do if we look inwards to production. There are a lot of businesses that are bound around us that you don't need $1 million to start. You don't need a lot of money to start. You just need the willpower. You just need your decision. Because sometimes if you want to put your ideas into action, there's this weakening of the spirit. You start to tell yourself, oh, can I do it? Or sometimes you start to procrastinate. Okay, I will start tomorrow. I will start next week. But before you know it, time is running. Now, I would like to introduce to you some businesses that you could start with as little as $200 in Africa. But this time around, I'm going to use Nigeria as a reference point, so to speak. Now, you can make bed sheets as a young entrepreneur. If you go to Lagos Island or Oshodi, you see them selling bulk materials. Just pick good designs, and there are people on ground in that same market that can sew them for you into bed sheets. The materials are there very cheap. You can start with as less than 100,000 naira. And if you are not a spendthrift, within 6 months, you'll be surprised how much money you can make. You can also go into shirt productions. It's a very good hustle. There are tailors in Lagos Island who have amazing skills. And if you see what they design, it is breathtaking. If you go to Taiwo Street, for example, in Lagos Island, you can buy the materials ranging from 700 to 1,000 naira, which is less than $2. And they will sew them for you for, let's say, 1,002 or 2,000 naira, which is also less than $2. At the end of this, you can sell one of those t-shirts, which means the cost of production is like $4. You can sell for as much as $8. You can sell for 7,000 naira. You can sell for 6,000 naira. So these are ideas that you could begin to think about, and you might just be the next big thing, the next big entrepreneur. The Dangotes we hear about today, they did not start from being Dangotes, being very rich. They started from a humble beginning. You can begin to produce boxers for men. You can begin to produce boxers. Just take a trip to Aba market. The cost of the production of boxers, you can get one for as low as 300 naira, cost of production. All you need to do is to package it into threes or put them into four, then you now sell like a bundle. You can sell a bundle for as much as 2,500 naira when your cost of production is just 900 naira. So these are ideas that our young men should begin to look at. Anything that you get, any money you get by cutting corners, ritual killing, Yahoo, fraud, and all that, it does not last and it will take you nowhere. But once you start and you concentrate, you stay focused on these businesses, no business is small. It is these small businesses that can make you to become a billionaire or whatever you choose to be. Another business you can do is e-payments. E-payments. You can get your POS machine from your bank, activate online banking, and if you live in places where there are not many banks, it's good for you to locate, because how you locate your business matters a lot. The location is very important. You don't need to put your POS around where you have many banks. You just need to put it where there are no banks. So people will find your service very, very useful. You can also start mobile and electronic accessories. Mobile electronic accessories such as pouches, chargers, USB cable, HDMI cables, earphones, and more. All of these things, they are very cheap when you even order them from Alibaba, AliExpress, Extreme, and all that. The money you buy, the more you buy these products, the lower the price. By the time you start to sell, you will not believe the type of profit that will be just tripling in. Now, there are some businesses that we just look and we just think that nothing good may come out of it. Popcorn, production of popcorn. We know what popcorn is. There are some people that sell popcorn. Some are riding with bicycles, some are hawking it on their head. But if you know what they have, the assets they have from that simple popcorn business, it is something that it's something that some people really need to try, because there are some businesses around us. You just look at them and you say, no, this business will not work. But the beauty of it is that when your popcorn is properly made, some people don't even use sugar for their popcorn. They use honey. So when they're using honey like this, the taste is different. You stand out. Do something and stand out. You can begin to package your popcorn. You seal them. The sealing machine is like between 6,000 and 9,000 naira. The popcorn machine itself is like 65,000 naira. So you can see that by the time you get your corn, popcorn can be served anywhere, and it costs less than 40 naira to make a pack of popcorn that you can sell for 200 naira, 150 naira, depending on how you present it. We are talking about what businesses you can do with less than $200 in Africa. Snail farming is an excellent business, and now it's getting even more popular because one, it is cheap to begin to raise your snails. And if you market the products very well, your business will thrive, especially when you are supplying. This is a business you can start from your own backyard, And snails take almost a year to mature. So when you wait for these snails to mature, it is also good to have plan B, a source of income. So these are little businesses that you can do. By the time you begin to sell your snails after 1 year, those times you waited for them to be matured, you will just see that they were not wasted. Another thing you might decide to consider is fairly used goods. Fairly used goods such as jeans, t-shirts, tops, shoes. Many of them can be sourced in places like Badagry in Lagos, for example. Some even come from Cotonou. 100,000 naira, which is $200, can buy you a bill, but you have to select them out, and you fix your prices. You can make as much as 300%. Another thing you should look at, you can look into, is cleaning services. Some people find it very difficult to clean their apartments. They find it difficult to do small things in their homes. By the time you advertise to people that you are a home cleaner and you do excellent job, before you know it, you are having people that you have employed under you. You get a call, you advertise your number, make sure you do cleaning jobs, and they should be able to trust you that when you enter their home, nothing will get missing. That trust and integrity matters a lot. That families could even leave their home and go away, return, and nothing is missing. That is what comes with the cleaning business. There is also this home cooking and delivery. Some people find it difficult to cook. Some buy food almost all the time in the offices. So what can you do? In situations like that, you can be cooking at home and you are supplying people. You are supplying pots of soup, pots of stew. You are making a lot of jollof rice and supplying to families, supplying to bachelors who are too busy to cook. You supply to offices, package them, brand them neat. Even when you are supplying them, you are well dressed, you are attractive, your food is attractive. There is dignity in labor. By the time you begin to do this, you start to wonder because the money will be coming in. Another good business people should try to look at is home service barber. Some of you, you have barbering shops, and maybe the business is not really moving too well, or you don't have any shop at all. You can do home service, especially it works on weekends or in the evenings. You advertise your number, you go to their homes, you barb them. Home service barbing machine, your barbing machine is less than 10,000 naira, or talking about dollars, it's less than $20. You get your barbing machine, you are well kitted, you advertise your numbers, they call you, and you are there. These are little businesses that, apart from the money you are making, it keeps you busy. Now, if you're a graduate and you've applied for jobs, but no positive result yet, you can start tutorial classes. You can begin to teach students that are preparing for their examinations, or you are teaching even children in their family homes. By the time you start to teach people, either in groups or privately, you are collecting money from here and there. You find out that you make yourself busy because you're always preparing materials for the next lecture. You make yourself busy and you are making money at the same time. And by the time you start to go to different families, you'll be having new contacts, you'll be knowing new friends. If you are humble and they see the honesty in you, and their children are making good recommendations about you to their parents, you might just be connected to somebody or to a family that might just give you the job you have been waiting for. So these are some of the businesses that people have done, and there are a lot more of such businesses that people have done and they are still doing. So if you are contemplating what you should do, don't wait for too long. You can also start oil perfume business for just like 20,000 naira, oil perfume. And you can make good profits. It's light and handy to move around with as well. So that is what people like Freda are doing. This is what we just use people like Freda, Obeng as examples of young entrepreneurs that put their ideas into action. We talked about Nelson Boateng, who is mixing plastic with sand. These are ideas. So these ideas of trying to cut corners by doing crime because you want to make money, it does not take you anywhere. And that is why we talk about Yaganoma Baitoku, who also has done a lot for herself and the community. So these are some of the people that are the African pace setters. Sometimes in this program, we'll be bringing people who have not just affected their immediate community, but they have affected the world. They are internationally acclaimed. But we just feel that today, if we talk about all those that are just known internationally, we might not be helping those who are aspiring to be popular or to be well known. So, and that is why I want to tell you that you are a pacemaker. The power is in you. You just have to decide, make up your mind. You are the next hero. Until we come your way again this time around, next Sunday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, this is your country brother, Frederick Omoemadorige, signing out for this program, hoping to see you again with a fresh topic in this program called Basic